It was a cloudy day on the island of Sodor. Henry was taking a goods train to Vicarstown. He stopped at a signal at Elsbridge. Toby was there picking up some workmen to take them to the Farquhar Quarry Company. "Hello, Henry," Toby called. "I don't like the look of those clouds. It could rain." Henry could remember he was afraid of the rain that might spoil his lovely green paint with red stripes. Then Diesel arrived.
"If it does, you should find a tunnel to hide from the rain," he oiled. "Otherwise you'll be a rusty steamy."
And she sniggered away. Henry felt very worried, but Toby reassured him. "Don't worry, Henry," he said kindly. "The rain only washed the dirt off your boiler, and we engine works hard whatever the weather." Then Henry's signal changed to green, and he steamed away. Henry arrived at Vicarstown. He was surprised to see a crowd of people waiting on the platform. A porter came to see Henry. "These people need to get home to Knapford," he said. "Boker was to take them, but he's broken down. Can you do it?" "Of course I will," promised Henry. Henry was coupled up to the train when Harold the helicopter hovered over with bad news. "There is a big rainstorm on its way," he called. "Puff carefully, Henry." "Thank you, Harold," cried Henry, and Harold buzzed away. Henry was very worried, but he was determined to get the passengers safely home. So he set off. All went well until the rain began to pour down heavily. It streamed down Henry's boiler, but Henry kept going. Further up the line, he saw Bill and Ben pulling a train of vans. They were taking it to Wellsworth, but Bill didn't look very well. "What's the matter?" Henry whistled. "My firebox is faulty," called Bill. "And I can't pull all these vans all by myself," added Ben. Henry thought Bill and Ben were being lazy, but he could see that they were struggling, so he decided to help them. "Don't worry," he tooted. "I'll be passing Wellsworth, so I'll take the vans for you." Bill and Ben were pleased. "Thank you, Henry," they puffed. So Henry puffed away with the vans coupled up behind his coaches. The rain still felt heavy, but Henry puffed on. At last, Henry arrived at Wellsworth Station. Edward and Vanilla were there. They were very impressed, and so were the passengers. The shunter uncoupled the vans from the coaches, and Henry set off on his last journey to Knapford. Henry battled through the heavy rain. Then he saw something black on the track in front of him. "That looks like Diesel," he thought. And it was Diesel. Diesel was stuck. His side rods was cracked, and his eyes were shut very tight. "Grrr!" he groaned. The rain was splashing into his face. Henry was surprised. "Diesel can't stand the rain," he puffed. What's the matter, Diesel? Are you afraid of a few drops of rain?
No,
Wailed Diesel.
my sign rod is broken and I can't move, and this rain is spitting into my face.
Henry just laughed, but he didn't want Diesel to block his track. Don't worry, Diesel. I'll give you a push. So Henry buffered up behind and pushed Diesel to Knapford. The rain was blurry. Diesel kept his eyes closed as they battled through. I will get through. I will get through, panted Henry to himself. Finally, Henry puffed into the station, and the rain had finally stopped at last. Thomas, Lady, and Emily were there. The passengers climbed out and gave Henry 3 cheers. "Thank you for getting us home, Henry," they cheered. The Fat Controller came to see Henry. "Well done, Henry," he said. "You were very brave to get the passengers home safely through the stormy weather, and help Bill and Ben deliver the vans to Wellsworth, and also help Diesel." "Thank you, sir," smiled Henry. "Toby did tell me about the rain can wash the dirt off my boiler." "Well said, Henry," whistled Thomas. "I couldn't agree more," smiled Emily. "We're all proud of you, Henry," tooted Lady. "So am I, Henry," agreed the Fat Controller. "You are a really useful engine, and you deserve a fresh coat of paint." Henry beamed with pride, and everybody cheered, all except Diesel, who just groaned. "Never mind, Diesel," said Henry. "At least the rain had washed off the dirt off you. That's the main thing." "I'd rather be nice and dry in my shed," Diesel muttered, but he said it to himself.